We are back. Coach T, Professor Mike, another video. God man, they keep coming. All right, today we're going to talk about knee on belly. Not from the top though. Okay, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be on the bottom and knee on belly, right? No one enjoys that. So you need to know not a bunch of techniques. You need to know some ideas, some concepts, some things you can think about when you find yourself being absolutely smashed from the top. It's going to happen. Okay, we may as well accept it. It's going to happen. Let's embrace it. But let's have some idea of what we're doing. All right. Otherwise, we can find ourselves stuck there forever, and it's not a nice place to be. Okay. Knee on belly, phenomenal control position from the top. Dreadful place to be from the bottom. Okay. Particularly if the guy on top likes to play that position. Coach T knows what it feels like because it's one of my favorite places to go for lots of different reasons. Let's just talk about the position. Let's just say what it is to start with. Okay, this is what it says on the tin really. He's going to put his knee on my stomach. Okay, lots of different connotations. He could have it quite high here in my sternum, making it quite hard for me to breathe. He could have it across my belt line, like a knee ride, kind of floating knee position. Okay, but fundamentally, his whole weight is bearing down on my core. Okay, it's not a nice place to be. Okay, if we just take a step back. How's your opponent going to get to the place where he's going to be able to get knee on belly? Okay, it's likely going to come from a guard pass or from side control. Sometimes people abandon the mount and go back to knee on belly. 9 times out of 10, it's happened when your opponent's passing your guard. They pass your feet, they pass the knee line, they beat the hip line, and they land on your belly. Or they're in side control and they pop up to that position. If you know that, then you can have in your mind prevention being better than the cure. All right, so if we're ready when our opponent's passing our guard, however they do it, let's look at some kind of throw bypass. And we know that he throws here, okay? We know we have to defend this space. Talked about inside space on the last one. Okay, so if I'm here and I have no grips, my elbow is going to come into my hip line and create a physical wall, okay, against my opponent getting the knee on belly. Okay, it's a temporary fix, but it might be enough as they beat the knee and come to the hip. And when he comes to apply knee on belly from there, he hits that wall, okay, he probably will let go, okay, to try and deal with this problem. And at that point, I could maybe re-guard. Okay, so it's just a temporary fix, but don't just allow someone to come past your guard and leave this open. Okay, it's like Christmas. They're going to take me on belly and they're going to take it every single time. All right, so even a simple block on the inside can be enough just to stop that forward momentum and getting them to that good position. Okay, side control is the same. Okay, when you'll start to feel this. Hand on the collar, hand on the hip, you're thinking, man, this is going to happen. All right? Control this inside space. Deny it, okay? Prevention is better than the cure. But look, they're going to get knee on belly on some point. Okay, so let's just apply that position and talk about the don'ts. Okay, we're not talking about technique here. We're not going to show you sweeps, okay, or anything like that. There are plenty, but we're not going to talk that. We're going to talk about what you don't want to do when you find yourself in this position. All right? The temptation, of course, is to get rid of this knee. All right? And you will put your hands on this knee and you will try and push it away and you will give what? Inside space to your opponent. Okay? To take advantage. And they will spin round and armbar you. They will kimura you from here. They'll open this inside space and slide to mount. It's going to happen. So do not be tempted, even when you feel you have no air and you're in pain, to do this. Okay, it's a bad move. Much better to stay compact, keep your elbows in, and get that knee off with your elbows tight to your chest than it is to try and push. Okay? Okay, so there's an idea. Don't push the knee. Okay, don't push it this way, inside space. Don't push it this way, inside space. Don't try and push it this way. You ain't gonna move it anyway. But if you do this, you're gonna land in a more awkward position. Okay, let's say his chest's a little bit closer. Maybe he's got a hand in my collar. Who knows? don't be tempted to try and push away here, okay? You are just asking to be armbarred every day of the week. We know this, right? So again, you're gonna feel like you want to create space. Don't be tempted to push, all right? It's only gonna end in bad news. Again, stay close, protect the inside space, protect your neck. It's okay if he takes this is a problem, but I can always beat it, okay? I can always look to beat it and do something else, but I keep my elbows in at all times, okay? And think, our opponent is in a great position for control, but they're not in an amazing position for balance, all right? So make it hard for them. Move your opponent around. Make him put the hands on the mat. He's got his hand in the air. Make him take his hand out of the collar. Place his hands on the mat, okay? Don't just sit here and accept the position, all right? You should be moving all the time, make it challenging for your opponent, okay? But resist the temptation to push, okay? Another option. Seen this at the very kind of start of someone's jiu-jitsu journey. They pull people onto them, and you're hanging on like this, wondering why they won't move. You're doing a job for him, okay? Let go. Protect the inside space. Be technical about how you move, okay? But don't pull and don't push, okay? That will only end up in trouble, okay? There's a saying I always tell my students, okay? If you try and escape from a position in a non-technical way, you'll end up in a worse position than you started, right? You have to escape in a technical way, okay? One of the easiest ways to escape knee on belly, said we weren't going to do technique, but I feel like I need to give you some idea, okay? Elbows in, come to the opposite side, and a hip escape. Get the back, hip escape, sweep, whatever you want to do, okay? Keep those elbows in. Look, you're gonna end up in a position where you're getting crushed from the bottom. See it as an opportunity to develop your technique from there and your resilience, okay? Don't try and escape from a bad position without technique. You'll end up in a worse position, okay? Have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.